Hello everybody, welcome to part 5 of my 1,000 penny hunt. We're getting down there, look, you can see the bubble wrap at the bottom now. Still lots to go though. Let's start with putting something right. In the last video, lots of people told me I made a bit of a cock up. I had a 1908 and a 1902 to put on the board, and I put the 1908 there where it should have been the 1902, and I put the 1902 and it should have been the 1908, so let's swap them round. But let's have a look at some of those comments first. Wayne Saunders says, you have put a 1908 where the 1902 should go. Cheers, Wayne. MD said, I'm sure someone has pointed this out already, but the 1902 and 1908 got mixed up on the board. Thanks, MD. John Saunders said, more lovely pennies. I saw the 1902 and 1908 mix up. Cheers, John. Edward Graham said, Paul, you put a 1908 in place of a 1902 as an upgrade. Come on, Paul, get a grip. Cheers, Edward. Shane Hulbert said, great hunt. If I'm not mistaken, you upgraded a 1902 with a 1908. Cheers, Shane. Chris Harrison says, well done on finding the 1918 KN among your latest handful of pennies. The 1902 and the 1908 coins got mixed up this time. Cheers, Chris. Jan Burdenbeck commented, that 1895 was really nice, like the 1918 KN as well. Also noticed the 1908-1902 swap. Cheers, Jan. Macamula says, 1908 on the 1902? Nice 1918 KN and 1895 find, plus a few of the older ones. Board coming along nicely. Thank you very much, Glenn. And Kevin Wakefield says, I was screaming at my screen, 1908, 1908, 1908. Cheers, Kevin. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed my little test to see if you was all concentrated. So I'll take the 1908 from there and put it in the correct place. And I put the 1902, which is the high tide version, there. Because I've already found the high tide and the low tide in this box full already. And thank you very much to everyone who pointed that out. Okay, let's grab some and get going. Right, 1919. As always, we're looking for the H or the KN mint marks on that one, but that's just a plain one. 1890, Victoria. Got a better one than that though. Ooh, look at that. Oh, Victoria. What was it, 1880? Yeah, 1880. Haven't got an 1880 yet, but it's not the best condition, is it? Pretty terrible. Well, it's a different date. 1946, you're looking for a little dash after the E in the word one. A little scratch there, but that's not right. A little dash, like a little full stop, apostrophe shaped thing. Not on that one. There's a 1919, again no mint mark. There's a 1926. Stripy one. Ooh, stripy one all the way through. Just check it's not the rare modified effigy, no. So I know well them stripes are coming through on the camera. Is it? Yeah, they're in line. Could that be a problem with the alloy not mixing properly? I think this definitely looks like it. Found one before, I think it was in the last hunt, but it was stripy, but it didn't come through on the other side, but this one has. It's quite a nice effect as well. I'm going to hang on to that one, a little study of that. Right, Edward the 7th. 1903. That is a closed 3. That's the common one. I'm going to have to go and get an open 3 now, I think, to show you. Okay, this is one I've just found, and if I slide out an open 3, you can see the difference, especially at the top of the 3. It's nice and flat at the top of the 3 on the rare one, and not quite as curly underneath as well. That's the open 3. Now this one was sent to me by Mr. Dan Parker, pre-decimal Dan. You still around, Dan? I haven't heard from you for ages. And another one here. And that one I did find in a penny hunt, one of these hunts. There we go. This one, about £30, and this one is a little bit more worn, probably £20. I noticed recently one sold on eBay for a tenner, £10, but it had a blurry picture. And if you're trying to sell something on eBay, why would you put a blurry picture? So no matter what the description says, avoid buying coins with blurry or out of focus photographs. But that is just a common one. Right, 1966, nice shiny one, but I do have a nice condition one of that. 1862, got an 1862. Oh, it's got writing on it. What's that say? No, I can't read it. It's worn away over the years. M something R-E. Something stamped on it. Oh, on the same that side. Alright. Never going to know what that says. There's an A there. No, we'll never know. 1965. There's a 1964. Oh, I've got a good condition 64. 36. There's a 1912 that's got an H mint mark. H4 Heaton, but we've got a good one already. Yeah, that's not bad. Right, we've got 63. And there's a halfpenny. 1957. It's got a rough C on it. You can find 1957 halfpennies with a calm C, which is slightly rarer. Well, that's a common rough C. First halfpenny in this hunt. There's Edward VII, 1909. And there's no little dot after the N. So that'll be the common one. There's the 1880. That one can go there. We've got that. What was it? 1862 with a writing on it. I'll put that with the other one. Winner can have both of those. And I said this is the first halfpenny, but it's not. It's a second. We've already got a 1931, so that one can go with that. Okay, shiny one to start with. 64, another 64. Getting some nice 64s in this lot. 36 there, 1936, George V. There's George VI. 49, or 1949. Is that a stamp, or is it just someone? No, it's just thumped it with a tool or something. There's a 1926. Is that the rare one? Let's have a look at that colon. No, the colon in between the Gra and the Brit is pretty central. So that's not the modified effigy, that is the common one. George V, 1935. Now that is not a British coin. So what do you reckon? South Africa. 1 penny, South Africa, 1942. That ship, the Dromedaeus. I like that design. That's the first South African one from this batch. Very nice. South Africa, and it says there, it's Suid-Afrika, that must be Afrikaans. I think it's definitely Afrikaans, isn't it? Nice. Right, we've got George V, 1913. 1905, Ed VII. There's a 1939. There's another 1949. One of the lower minted ones, but seem to find quite a few of them. 1917. 1939. There's a 1875. That's the narrow date version. I think we've got the narrow and the wide date. I don't think that's much of an upgrade, to be honest. Right. 1914. 64. 62. There's another 1914. 39. 17 and 65. And the only one to add from that handful was the South African penny, so I'll put that up there. Now I have been asked how big these coins are because I've got nothing to compare them with. They are 1 3/8 of an inch across. And if you want it in French, 30.08 millimeters. And there it is compared with the US nickel, 5 cents. And that one is 1976. And let's grab the next one. Okay. George V, 1932. That's one we're looking for straight away. 1932. What's he got in his ear? Oh, he's got one of them 30s hearing aids in, I think. But that's nice. Another one for the board. 1936. 62. There's an 1896. Terrible condition. There's another halfpenny. Oh, that's a 1932 halfpenny. So I think we've got a 31 and a 32 now. George V. 1938. What's this one? Another 38. There's a 1907. There's another little dot there. Let's give it a rub. And it vanished, unfortunately. Just a bit of muck. And there's another 10 centimes. Big D mint mark there. That's in terrible condition. Is that 1855? Yeah, we've got a better one than that. Probably the worst condition yet. There's a Victoria, 1897. Always look for the little dot, little full stop between the O and the N. No, nothing there. That's just a common one. George V. Another 36. There's another Victoria. 1898. We need an 1898. So that's all the Valehead Victorias complete now. Just looking for upgrades. George V. 1921. There's Edward. Edward VII. 1903. But that's just a closed three. Curly at the top, curly at the bottom. That's the common one. There's a shiny one. Another 1966. Ew, there's a dirty one. Dirty and battered Victoria. What's it? 1899, I think it is. 1899, but you know where that one's going? In the dirty mug. Right, 1911. The 1911, you're looking for the Gobi X or the hollow neck. Rare ones have got little hollows at the back of the king's head. But that one is just a common one. 1895. Now, 1895, you need to look to see if there's a big gap between the trident and the letter P. But that is just a small gap. Let me go and get one and I'll show you what I mean. Right, there's the one I just found, and this one, I'll line it up. You can see how much bigger the gap is between the trident and the P. And that's known as the 2mm gap. 1mm gap, 2mm gap. And this one here, in that condition, you probably get £10 for it, or it'll cost you £10 if you want to buy one. They're not too scarce. But that one is a common one. Edward VII, another 1903. And it's another common one though. There's a hole there. And what's that? More holes? More holes in the king's head there. Oh, they've just been deliberately made in there. 1904 and a 1914. Okay, 1932 and the 1898. So that's another couple of bingo lines for Smithy. We got one there and we got one there. I'll put that 10 centimes with the other ones, and the 1932 halfpenny can go there. Let's carry on. Okay. There's George V. 1921. 1962. Is it dirty enough for the dirty mug? Oh, yeah. Right, George V. 1929. Oh, has it got a mint mark? No. 1918. No mint mark on that one. There's a 1920. Let's have a look for the ultra rare one. Nah, it's a common one. 1946. You want a little dash after the E in the word one. But you can see there's nothing there. There's another George V. 1930. There's a 1918 and that has got a mint mark. It's got a mint mark on it. H mint mark. H for Heaton. The Heaton works in Birmingham. Lovely. That's the 18 H and KM we've got now. And look at the ghosting on that. Look at the ghosting where you can see the king's head through the coin. The Heaton Works was notorious for that. Look at it. That's one of the best bit of ghosting I've seen. Well, at least we've got an H now. 1918 H. There's another 1930. 1917. You see the hollow in the king's neck there? That's one you want to see on a 1911. That hollow in the back of the neck. Means nothing on a 17 though. 1936. There's a 1938. George VI. Edward VII. 1907. Don't know what the condition is. One on the board. I'll check that. 1938. There's a 1898. Don't need it now. 1874. There's a few different variants of the 1874, but in that condition it's very hard to tell. But we haven't got an 1874 on the board yet. What's this? 1861 is that? 1861. Just about read the date. It's the worst possible condition it could be, where the date's readable. I don't think we've got a 61 on the board either. There's another old one. 1877, we have got a 77. And I think it's slightly better than that one. Edward VII. 1904. George V. 1936. And another George V. Another 1920. And you'll see there's a very small gap between the A, the colon and the B, so that's the common one. Okay, we've got an 1874. We've got that very, very worn 1861, but you can read the date. Now, if you're new to the channel, what you have to do to win everything down here is comment on these videos. This is number 5. There'll probably be another 3, or you never know, it might even be another 4, but comment on the videos. Then I'll pick a video at random. And then I'll pick a comment from that video using the YouTube comment picker, and whoever made that comment will get everything down here. And we've got that H to put down. 1918 with the H mint mark. Oh, come on. Right. 1937. King George VI. 1939. There's another George VI. 46. Looking for a little dash after the E. No, I'm going to have to go and get one. And I haven't showed you one for a long time. Okay, there's one. This is one I've just found, so let's compare them. And you can clearly see the little dash. I like to call it apostrophe shaped. I suppose it is about that shape. That's it. That's what you're looking for. Just after the E in the word one. And in this condition, if you wanted to buy one, I would say you could get one for around 25 to 30 pounds. So if you've got a load of old pennies, it's worth looking out for that one. But nothing on that one. 1912, another 1912 with no mint mark. We've got a 1930. 37. George V. There's a 1911. Is it a hollow neck? No, it isn't. Someone said, have I got any more information on the hollow neck? I have made a video on the 1911 hollow neck. Have a look in the description below. Have you got a 1911 or rare 1911 penny? And I'll give you a bit more info because there is more to look for than the hollow. That's not one. That's a plain one. There's a 19... Oh, we need 1927. Still looking for that on the board. I'm surprised it's not turned up before. It's not that rare. Lovely. 1921. 1892. Victoria. I think we've got on 1892. No, I'm just looking down at the board. We haven't got on 1892 yet. Lovely. It's another one. It's not too bad either. 66. Another Victoria. 1889. We've definitely got one of those. Well, we'll check to see if it's any better. There's a 1903. Let's have a look at the 3. No, it's the curly 3. It's the common one. There's a 65. Another 65. 21. 1935. 44. Another 1921. And the last one in this handful is a 1938 George VI. Okay, so we've got a... Before I put that down there, can I ask you to click the like button for me, please? That really helps. Just click that down there now. Thank you. Right, we've got the 1927 and it's another bingo line. We've got an 1892, which I thought we'd already got, but haven't. And the 1889 is better than that one. That's a bit grubby. So I'll put that down there. Right, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next video.